Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving a microphone, dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me, who could it be but Steve Harvey? Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Steve Harvey, get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn them on. Turn them up. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them up. Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. I got a radio show. Real grateful for that. You know, it's funny. I remember when I first started out in radio, a lot of my peers laughed at me. Some of it was being mean-spirited. Some of it was just, mocking me. I'm used to stuff like that. But I had as a special guest on my show, Joel Osteen. And you know something, man, he said something that was, I can't remember the scripture. I don't know exactly how it went. Like we were having a long conversation, but the gist of it was, don't be upset with where you are now, and don't be upset with the small things in your life. Be grateful for the small things and the small position that you have right now, because you don't know where that's going. You don't know what that's going to be one day. You don't know what that's going to lead to. And that was very warming to hear him say that, but it also reminded me of when I started in radio, how small it was. It reminded me of when I started in stand-up making $25 a show. It reminds me of not having a home at a period in my life and what God has allowed me to live in now. So don't be distraught over your position now, and don't be ungrateful or unappreciative for the things you have now, because you don't know what that's going to grow into. And that's really the gist of that I got from what he was saying. I just wanted to share that with you, that where you are now is so temporary, because now, like I've said before, now is a fleeting moment. Right after you finish saying now, that moment that you claimed as now, that's gone. So the where you are now is a very fleeting process. Now, you can change where you are now, and you can change how you feel about where you're at now, and you can change about where you're going by simply changing your mind. It is no different. I'm telling you, folks, the thing that I've learned about successful people is not so much of what they do. It's not what they have. The biggest thing I've learned about successful people is how they think. That's the thing that's different. It's how they think. And I'm telling you that you can change the way you think on any subject and start becoming successful towards that starting now. You have to understand that, man. The biggest difference I've noticed between successful people and non-successful people is how they think. I was reading where this guy said that he was taught all wrong about money. He said that his father was very negative about money. All throughout his life, he heard his father say, people who got money have walked on somebody to get it or cheated somebody to get it. People who have money, money is the root of all evil. Money is this, and people who got money, don't deserve it. They've done something wrong to get it, yada, yada. So he said he grew up the whole time thinking that having money was something was wrong with that. He discovered that it wasn't. Look, you can choose to be successful any way you want to. I've chosen several ways to be successful. I want to be a very, very successful father. I think that's one of the things that's paramount in my life, that I really am working hard right now to become a successful father. Not a successful father in terms of money, but a successful father in terms of offering the amount of love and guidance and leadership and the example that my children need to look at. That's what I'm really, really working hard at now. I want to be successful as a father, but also I want to be successful as a husband. I want Marjorie to always know that she can count on me, to not have to wonder about me or look for me. I want her to feel secure in the fact that I really have gotten it right, that I really am focused on being a good husband to her, because it means so much to me. So I'm working hard on a lot of levels. I'm working hard. I'm trying very strong to be a successful motivator of people. I want to be a sharer of information to people that will uplift others and give others the same things that I've learned through the trials and tribulations of my life, but at the same time, share that information and use the power of this microphone to uplift people, not to destroy. My show is not about, guess what so-and-so said, guess what so-and-so did. I don't like mean-spirited things about people. I joke with people who call in, that's another thing. But I don't like destroying people with the power of the microphone. So I'm working very hard on being successful in a lot of areas of my life. Now, also, I do care about being financially successful, too, because my father, one of the gifts he gave me was a very simple gift. He told me a long time ago, he said, son, the best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. And that stuck with me. And this was a hard-working man who was a coal miner, who worked construction his entire life. My father didn't have an easy life, man. My father didn't sit behind a microphone. My father didn't come to work and people cheered for him. My father wasn't famous. My father was just a go-get-it dude. Now, he instilled that in me, and I've taken that and applied it to my craft, and I thank God for him for that. But I do try to be financially successful so that I can do some things with it to help some other people. Now, am I opposed to having nice things? No. Do I apologize for having nice things? No. And why should I? I work. I'm not on the radio asking to give me money, so I can go buy a car. I'm working, so I don't feel how you want to feel, and other people do feel that way about it. But if success in terms of finance is what you're lacking, you can go about the business of doing that. I'm writing a book, and that whole book is about teaching people how to become successful. And, man, I'm breaking it down in a way where everybody can get it, man, because I want the college student to get it. I want the working mom to get it, the single mom to get it. The hardworking father that's been trying to hold his family together can get it. The father that ain't ever got it together and feel that because of that reason he can't be the father he needs to be. I'm writing something, man, to put it into words to let you know that God is a forgiving God, and that God is a merciful God, and that God can get you out of any situation you find yourself in. You just can't beat yourself up every time you make a mistake. I make mistakes all the time, man. I just got to remind myself to get up. I ask God for forgiveness. I call on his mercy and his grace, and I get up and I go again. But it's coming, man. And if finance success is what you want, you got to change your mind. You got to start thinking about how to produce it. The first thing you do is you got to ask. You got to ask to have a life and have a life more abundantly. That's a scripture, that he comes to you to give you life and to give you life more abundantly. That's a scripture. That ain't a joke. That ain't a theory. That's a fact. And the fact that if you don't have a life of abundance, you can get that by asking. Then it starts by believing. And the how-to, don't even worry about that. He takes care of that himself. He'll send the stuff your way. But you got to be willing to put some effort in this thing now. and you can do it. Okay, I know I was a little around the place today, but that's what it was. So, let's go get it.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Today is another morning. Today is a new day. Take it as an opportunity to progress, to move forward, to have the opportunity to do something great, to be something great. Grow up, get it right. Let's get it on. Steve Harvey Morning Show. Hey, Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, Steve Harvey, good morning.
Said I love my life. Carla Farrell.
Good morning, it's Tuesday. What's
I don't
happening?
want to be nobody else. Junior.
Morning, Unc. Morning, family.
Yeah, Tommy's on his way.
Well, it's his
means
birthday.
he's
It's his birthday.
So
yeah.
it's his birthday.
Yeah,
So you give him a pass?
Whatever. All right. All right. How many days he need off of his damn birthday?
Well, he's coming to work.
He coming to work.
He's coming.
Always something. Always got a little short excuse.
Let me point this out. You hired Jay and Tommy. Okay, go back as you were.
Yeah.
I hired Jay. It was an accident.
What do you mean?
Okay.
How's
Tommy,
that
I
an
was
accident?
forced. I feel sorry for him.
Sister.
You feel sorry? You feel sorry for Jay?
Oh,
sorry
You
for
know,
Jay?
oh,
Your boy.
Tom left. He all sitting over there.
And you knew him. You knew him.
Yeah, we had no.
Your longtime friend.
Yeah, he gave me a break in the beginning, so I paid him back. But I done paid him back now, though. So
This it?
yeah, I can talk about him now. 'Cause, yeah. Yep. So it's a new day. What's going on? Everybody good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Really good. Yeah.
The sun is
How
shining.
you doing? You
I mean, I'm-
starting a new week, Family Feud again?
Oh, I'm exhausted already. No problem.
Oh, okay, you just got
thinking
here.
about it.
Wait, what?
You just one weekend, Unc, it's over for you.
What you mean? One weekend, don't you still tired?
I gotta ask you this though. Some of the mental pressure and strain kind of is off of us since the pandemic kind of has, the COVID restrictions have relaxed a bit.
With the mask.
It
Yeah, with the
ain't relaxing
mask.
Family Feud. I'm taking 3 COVID tests a week. So
Yeah. But it's, I don't know, wearing the mask, how you feel, you guys? It's like, it's
I'm still
relief,
wearing
but
my
then I'm
mask.
kind of confused with it. Well, like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm still
I-
rocking
I'm
my
wearing my
mask.
mask.
I think
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
should still wear masks. I mean, I know the CDC said that you don't have to inside, but
if you
and
come around
outside,
me
if
and
you've
you ain't
been
in my
vaccinated.
family, have your damn mask on.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, yeah. Because how do you know?
If you don't have your mask on, stand your ass over there
Social distance.
where I can see all of you.
Yeah.
If you up and I got to look you up and down, you too close. Stay back where you just one shot.
That's true. That's
I
true.
agree.
And if you-
Matter of fact, my social distance is 16 feet.
It's got a 6 in it.
ain't
All right. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey in the building at 32 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for Ask the CLO Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey. This one is from Ken in Dothan, Alabama. Ken says, my sister and I were awarded a good amount of money from a car accident. I'm fully recovered, but she still has to have one more surgery on her leg. Because of that, and since it was her car that was totaled, she wants to split the money 60-40. The insurance company gave her the money for a car and paid a settlement for pain and suffering. She claims she's had more pain and has suffered more. She says she will take me to court if I don't agree to it. I still can't believe she's tripping. What should I do?
I mean, money make people trip. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand how y'all settlement is together. That I've never heard of.
Well, maybe they were both in the car.
Well, I've been in a car accidents before. Everybody's settlement is separate. I don't know how they just paying one lump sum. Now, if she wanted to be 60-40, dog, you through. You out.
Sure. Yeah.
Just give her 60-40. Dog, you already know. Come on, man.
She has to go through one more surgery? Come on.
Dog, just let her have it. But y'all gonna break up over this 20%.
That's his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now she wrong for that because that ain't how it go. You supposed to split the money. But I don't, I've never heard of that before. I'm gonna be honest with you. In all my years, I've never heard of a group settlement and here's the settlement, y'all work it out. Because it's usually you get this and you get that. Based on your injuries and all like that, she doing, just give her 60-40. What you tripping for, man?
He says he's fully recovered. She still has to have one more surgery on her leg.
No, just let her have it. It ain't worth that, man.
It's not. He didn't say it was a sizable settlement. He just said the insurance company gave her money for a car, paid a settlement for pain and suffering, and she still wants to split the money 60-40 because she has more pain and has suffered more, which is true.
Yeah, she has.
Well,
some
the car
additional
was
surgery.
hers, obviously.
Yeah, it was her.
So they paid for the car.
Uh-huh.
Now, the pain and suffering, I don't know how they lumped it together. I've never heard of that again. But, okay, let's just say, for practical purposes, it's 100,000. Let's say it's
Okay.
100,000.
Okay.
You give her 60, you get 40,000. No, go on about your
Where's
business.
everybody mad at?
Yeah, why would you want to tie this up in court, get attorneys, have to pay them? That's crazy. Just take the 40. She's still got to have another surgery. Come on, brother.
The dude wasn't that hurt, no damn.
Right. Right.
That's why he ain't going
He
through that.
writing in. He through with his
Yeah.
surgery.
The car slammed into her side of the car.
Yeah, and she's... whew. All right, Jonas in Harlem says, I'm dating my cousin's ex, and she recently told him about us. He said he doesn't mind and gave me his blessing. But every time my cousin and I are with our boys, he makes jokes about me getting his sloppy seconds. I can take the joking, but he also talks about how he used to make her squeal and call out his name. That's when I get to the point of wanting to fight him. Mind you, he dated her when they were 20, and he's 31, and he's 31, and it must mean she's 31, and he's 32 now.
Probably.
How do I get him to
mean,
stop disrespecting me and my girlfriend?
pull him over to the side and say, hey, dog, listen to me. Now, you gave me your blessings. You told me it was cool. But what I don't appreciate is you dogging her in front of everybody. And real men don't do that. Dog, just leave my girl's name out your mouth. I'm going to ask you kindly. But if you keep doing it, bro, then I'm going to have a problem with that. And you disrespecting her and me when you do that. That's a simple conversation. Then if he do it after that, then you got to go and do something to him.
What?
Yeah, you got to go and do something to him.
Call him, we have to whoop his ass after that.
Dog,
That's it.
it's just man law after that.
What?
If I ask you not to disrespect my girl no more, and I come to you man to man, away from the other fellas, and you get right back in front of them and you do it again, what you saying is I do what I want to do, I don't give a damn about you. Now, I've talked to you, so obviously that wasn't the point.
Okay.
So when I bust you upside your damn forehead,
Don't act
I
like you
bet
know
you
what's
understand me then.
Question.
Don't
We
act
not
like you don't know
shooting,
why.
we fight.
Question.
Yeah.
Would you have dated your cousin's ex?
And then a
What
lot
you
of that
mean?
depends on how fine she is.
I knew that's what the
I need you to tell the truth.
And that was 12 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, 12 years ago, a lot of things changed. I don't know how it happened, but, you know, they probably wasn't that close. That could happen.
They sound like they're pretty close, but okay. Shakita in Birmingham says, I'm dating a guy that thinks he's a great comedian, but he's not. He's almost 40 and he's still doing private events and can't get into any of the bigger events. I know he's not funny, but I can't tell him. I think his appearance is a problem too. He's only 5'8" and he's stocky. Not fat, but stocky. The
Oh,
audience
it's a lot
at
of
his-
comedians 5'8" and fat. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's them damn jokes he telling.
The audience at his last show talked about him, and their jokes were funnier than his. How can I give him a little feedback without hurting his pride?
How he ain't getting the feedback? The audience is telling jokes to him that's funny to him. What, is he listening? There's no, listen to me. Comedians don't need feedback. It's instant. The thing about our profession is it's instant. This ain't you write a song, you release it, you hope they like it. No, you tell that joke, that night.
Immediately.
Instant. Instant.
Well, she wants to tell him. But she doesn't want to hurt his ego and his pride.
Well, the king of comedy just told you.
Listen to me. If you standing up there dying, there's no worse pain. You might as well go on and tell him. Man, but there's a lot of people that hear laughs in their head that ain't there. I know some comedians. Just be telling jokes. They'll be hollering. In their mind, they hear a concert.
All right. Thank you, CLO. Coming up next, the birthday boy, Nephew Tommy's Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann is standing by with today's national news. And in entertainment news, Janet Jackson, Miss Jackson if you're nasty, Janet Jackson's auction brings in some major dollars, okay? We'll talk about that at the top of the hour. But right now, the birthday boy is back, and he is here to run that prank back as well. What you got for us, Neff? Happy birthday.
Thank you. It is the blind barber. The blind barber. Let's go, blind barber. I bet y'all didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh, please.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to reach that run the bar. Yeah, you run the barber shop down there, don't you?
I own the barber shop.
Okay, now I'm trying to see if y'all got any booth rentals down there where I can come in there and cut some hair. I've been cutting hair a long time. I want to see if y'all got some room down there. They tell me you might have had some come available.
I got 2 booths open right now. You need a booth?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in there and get the cut. Now how much you charge for booth rental on a weekly basis?
That's $200 a week.
$200 a week. That's $800 a month. That's still good because there's just $200. Now, when can I get down there so you can meet me, where we can show me around the shop so I can know what?
I'm open from 8 to 7. That's Tuesday through Saturdays.
All right, because I want to see if I can maybe meet you there so I can get down there and just feel my way around.
Well, come on.
Then what I want to ask you, do you mind doing for me? Do you think you could possibly put up some ramps where you got steps at and your phone? Could you mind if you take the phone and put it in Braille for me?
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell I need to put my taking ramps out and putting phones in Braille for? What's going on with you?
Well, I'm blind. I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm still gonna.
Oh no. Hell no, man. Wait a minute. You what?
I'm blind, but I've been cutting my hair for over 10 years, and folks say my haircut always look good, so I didn't figure I'm going to start cutting hair now.
Oh, well, guess what? You might cut hair, and it might be some good that you do, but just can't cut no hair in my shop, not being blind, Doc. Yeah, bring that kind of around my shop, man.
No, what?
I ain't got no problem with that, baby, but you just can't do it down.
Well, wait, now, see, this is what they call discrimination. You can't do that. You can't discriminate from people just because they got some type of handicap belongs to them.
Listen, hold on, let me tell you something, man. I'm not trying to put you out of business, Doc, doing what you need to do, but you just can't do that in my shop, man. I don't care if it calls it discrimination, scripination, or what. Not at my shop. You just can't do it, baby.
Listen, now, I know how to cut hair. I know how to give folks a lining and stuff like that. I ain't tried to use no razor, nothing like that.
No, man. Come on, dude. Listen, can't you find something else to get into besides trying to cut hair?
Well, this what I like, though. This what I feel like this my calling.
You just can't do it in my shop. I'm sorry.
No, cause see, now that's what I don't care to hear something like this here. Now I got the qualifications, and I'm able to do it. And I want to be able to come down there. And I told you what I tell you? I said I wanted to feel my way around. Didn't I say that?
You don't need to feel your way, Doc. I need you to be able to see what you're doing. I mean, I don't care about you being able to cut no hair being blind, Doc. You got to be able to see to do that.
This could probably do wonders for your shop. People will come from miles around to see somebody like myself cutting.
I had that kind of in my shop. Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said. What I don't want you to do is make me mad about this. Now,
how you gonna get mad about something that belong to me? I'm offering, and you telling me that you're blind. Doc, I can't help you when you blind, man. Go on with that.
Now listen, I'm going to tell you this here, and I'm going to tell it to you straight. I'm coming down there to that barber shop. I'm going to fill these booths out, and I'm going to start cutting. Now, one thing I don't want to do is have to get into no tussle with you. Now, I don't want that.
Don't worry about getting in no tussle with me, because if you bring your up in my shop, how much you going to cut here, it's going to be some furniture moving around up in the
and I'm coming down there, and I'm coming down there this evening. Now, one thing you...
Bring your nowhere now. You better keep your with my shop.
You gonna get your whooped by a blind man is what you gonna do. You ain't gonna see it coming either. You hear me?
Oh, bring your on.
As long as I got the money to pay my booth rental.
I don't give a damn. I don't want your money. Your blind can't cut no man. My shop. You understand what I say to you?
I'm understanding what you're saying, and if I got to call the law about you being discriminatory.
Law, you can call anybody you want to call. That's my. You not gonna do that. You understand what I'm telling you? Now you bring your down there talking about cutting hand my. You won't. I'll be waiting on you.
I'm coming down there this evening. I'm coming to whoop your because you got the nerve to discriminate against me.
I don't know how you got my number in the first place. Who gave you my number? You ought not be dialing my. How you even fix your finger to even call my phone?
They give me this number and say you is the one that do the hiring round the barber shop.
You don't call my personal number. You call my shop. Who gave you my number?
Now, what difference do that make if I'm some man looking for a job? See,
I don't give a. You don't call my personal phone. Man.
You gonna watch your tone with me? What you gonna do?
I ain't gonna watch your thing. Don't you bring your in my shop?
I tell you one thing, you gonna watch me get on your this evening.
How you gonna get on my? You can't see me. I'm about to hang up on your.
I got one more thing I need to say to you.
Thing is that.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your cousin.
You know what? I'm gonna whoop that when I get a chance to. Man, you ain't no good.
Hey, Mr. I got to ask you, man, what is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
On my 54th birthday.
Ooh, 5-4, the 5-4.
That 5-4 was in the building, boy.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, happy birthday. And you still play too much on your birthday, huh?
Yeah, you got to do that. I'm going to be playing even more ignorant when I get to Orlando, Florida. Oh, yeah, it's just about sold out. So if you're trying to come see the nephew Memorial Day weekend, you better hurry, baby, because the nephew is coming. 5 shows only, 2 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. That is Memorial Day weekend. A few tickets left, so come holler at your boy. Laying in the cut is Tampa, Florida. You already know. That is what? That's June. What day is that? Let me see.
Oh, seriously?
God, I
Steve, don't say that.
June 25th, 26th, and 27th, I will be in Tampa, Florida at the Improv. But right now, it is time. Next week, I will be headed to Orlando, Florida, Memorial Day weekend. Tickets on sale right now.
Thank you, birthday boy. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment and some national news for you. That's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, if you've ever wanted a piece of Janet Jackson, and I say who hasn't, just know that it's not cheap, okay? People found out that over the weekend, when over 1,000 items from her personal collection went up for auction, that's when they found out how expensive Janet Jackson really is. As we told you, that's how she celebrated her 55th birthday. She's 1 year older than you, Tommy. The outfit Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty, wore in the Scream video with her brother Michael pulled in $125,000.
Nice.
Okay. The jacket from the 1990 Rhythm Nation tour and the 1814 cap and black satin gloves, she got $81,000. Whoa, that's a lot. Over $81,000. Okay.
That's a lot for a cap.
Yeah, for a cap.
Cap and a jacket. Go
And a
ahead,
jacket.
Janet. Raise the money.
And some gloves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one more thing.
Who bought it, Shirley? Who bought
One
it?
more thing. Listen to this. One more thing. Kim Kardashian was able to score an outfit from the collection too. Okay, she shelled out $25,000 for the getup from the If video. That was a black crop top and the matching pants. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Kim Kardashian, to answer your question, Tommy, was one of the lucky buyers. All right.
Wasn't no whips and chains for sale, because you remember she performed at Elsa's and drugged somebody across stage with the whips and chains, scared the hell out of my mama.
Yes, I remember that.
I rember that.
We was at the concert and your mom was like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to go to my room."
She said, "Yeah, it's time for me to go, baby."
Yeah, I was there for that. I saw that,
This
man.
mama's exit, baby. I don't know why they dragging people across the stage.
We
I'm
was
not.
like, "All right, then, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty."
I'm surprised she lasted that long, though. She did.
Mama gonna go to the casino, okay? I know my place.
All right, in other news, we got to say once again, happy birthday to our very own nephew, Tommy.
My man.
Happy birthday, nephew.
Thank you.
You had a big birthday weekend. You got to tell us about it.
I had an icebreaker at my house on Friday where all the sponsors who were sponsoring my weekend, they came over, mixing and mingling. Saturday, big service project, went to the to this facility where nothing but veterans live. And
I saw
we
you
painted
there on social media. Yeah.
Yeah, we painted their entire lobby on the bottom floor.
Nice.
So we did some service work, went around and met a lot of veterans, people that lived there, and they man, I just love their spirit. They're all trying to, some of them are just transitioning from a housing facility, and, their next step would be they get out and get their own apartment and start living on their own. So it's just good to see them in the transition. And then Sunday was the birthday bash, a place called 5 Central in Houston, Texas. Everybody came out and, donated. I was getting, I still got pulling checks out of my pocket. When the last time you wrote a check? I haven't wrote a check in a long time.
Tell everybody if they want to donate and support your foundation, Tommy.
Milesofgiving.org. That's milesofgiving.org. And there's a button you can click on to donate and help us give back. I appreciate it.
I'm just so happy that you do that, because a lot of times there are forgotten heroes. But anyway, wow, Steve, you look very proud of your nephew. That's good. You should be proud.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud of him. Yeah. I can't be no more proud.
All the enthusiasm
All
you
the
can
stuff he
muster
done
up.
done. No. I can't take no more. If he make me any more proud, I'm damn near be shamed. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you. Happy birthday to nephew Tommy, and also to my father in heaven. This is his birthday also. And this is Ann Tripp with the news. While the conflict continues to rage between Hamas and the Israelis on this day 9, the death toll about 212, most of them Palestinians, including 61 children, 1,400 others wounded. 10 Israelis have been killed as well. President Biden says he supports a ceasefire and he's trying to accomplish it. Meanwhile, the president says the U.S. is going to share its excess COVID vaccine supply with the rest of the world. The president says over the next 6 weeks, he's going to be sending out some 20 million doses of Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines on top of AstraZeneca's serum as soon as that gets FDA approval. UNICEF and the World Health Organization, have been urging the wealthier nations to share their excess stores of the vaccine with poorer ones. But Mr. Biden says he's happy to do it, but he's not being totally unselfish.
Rampant disease and death in other countries can destabilize those countries, and pose a risk to us as well. New variants could arise overseas that could put us at greater risk. And we need to help fight the disease around the world to keep us safe here at home and to do the right thing of helping other people. It's the right thing to do.
Okay, get this. South Carolina has now become the 4th U.S. state to allow executions by firing squad. South Carolina's Governor Henry McMaster signed a bill into law that allows death row inmates to choose between the electric chair and a firing squad. The new law states that lethal injection remains the primary method of execution if the state has the drugs. However, apparently, South Carolina's supply of lethal drugs ran out in 2013. The other 3 states that allow firing squads are Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Utah, which has already put 3 people to death that way. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, South Carolina has a racist history, especially when it comes to capital punishment, and that 19 of the 37 inmates currently on death row in that state are black. Happens in Canada, an 81-year-old black man, a retired judge, taking his morning walk in Vancouver, British Columbia the other day. 5 white cops surround him, cuff him, claiming he fit the description of a man in his 40s. Selwyn Romilly, the first black judge appointed to the top court in that province, he says he was just walking, and the cops grabbed him. They let him go once they found who he was. And finally, police in Kentucky say a man thought he could outrun authorities on a state highway clocking 143 miles per hour, but he made 2 mistakes. Mostly he ran out of gas, and he was driving a bright yellow 2015 Ford Mustang. Back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, I've been waiting for this moment. We haven't heard from him since Mother's Day. Our resident poet, Junior, is here with a brand new poem for the birthday boy. Let's go.
Well, before you go, I just want to introduce him. His new name on Poetry Day is JRAP.
And what does that stand for,
JRAP.
Steve?
That stands for Junior's Raggedy Ass Poem.
Nuh-uh. Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay with it.
JRAP, J-R-A-P, JRAP, Junior, Raggedy Ass Poem.
Here it comes. You know, Tommy, man, it's your birthday, man. You know, I want to say happy birthday, Tommy, and I have put some words together, man, just to express myself to you, man, for your birthday, because how much I love you, brother. So I did this for you. I named this poem too. It's called Tommy's Birthday Poem. Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
Creative.
Here it is. Just a tiny little something to show you how we feel. A little something something. It's really no big deal. Short phrases on my paper. That's what it's all about. Small phrases put together for your big birthday shout out. Itty bitty words, one right after another. Small-minded sometimes, but you still my big brother. So light the candles and cut the cake. Give everyone a piece. And we will serve you at the kids' table, because that's something you can reach. The end. Oh, my God. Genius. Oh, my God. Itty bitty words. I had to give it to you so you can understand it, T. Man, happy birthday, man. That's it. We're going to get you over here at the kids'
That's pretty
table.
good, man, because I ain't see that coming. That was good, little piece. You be sitting at the kids' table because that's the one you can reach.
I had to
It's your
give it to you, man.
birthday.
How you feel today, man?
Feel good. Feel good. I'm blessed to be healthy, man. That's what I am.
54, huh?
54 years old today.
Ooh, 10-year difference, like Shirley said yesterday.
At 10, a monster too, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. A lot of stuff go way in 10. No, it ain't depressing, but you know, if you know you can stay fit, like your boy, I try to stay agile and everything. I was in the gym this morning, but you know,
You're
it's
a
just
young
some
64.
stuff go, man. But I try to be a young 64 because, man, I got some friends, man. Y'all, come on, bros. We got to do better than this. But we got a large group, man, and we all kind of, you know, do things together now. You know, we support each other health-wise and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're important to me, man. These dudes, man, go back to college days. And 2 of them go all the way back to, they was first people I met in Cleveland when I was 4.
All right. We're celebrating Tommy all morning. And coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, comedians and joke stealing. Pretty touchy subject. We'll get into
Who the hell
it right
did that?
after this. Oh, we'll
Who?
get into it.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So on social media, comedian Precious Hall Comedy said that At Leslie Dog stole her joke while hosting the MTV Video and TV Awards on Sunday night. Now, Precious Hall Comedy claims that Leslie stole her joke that she's been doing for years. She went in on her IG page saying it's not okay. Precious posted that the particular joke she's been doing for years, she's also made t-shirts from it and has had it trademarked. Now, we know Leslie Jones from Saturday Night Live. Well, Leslie Jones responded to Precious Hall saying that she didn't steal Precious's joke. She hasn't been in a comedy club in years, and she doesn't steal comics jokes, but that comedians write similar stuff all of the time. Leslie went on to say she has worked very hard to get where she is, and this could have been handled differently. Leslie said, I apologize once again if you think I stole your joke, and nice to meet you too, Precious. So what do you guys as comedians, as professional comedians on this show, what do you guys have to say about this?
I think a lot of people write from the same premise, but I don't know the joke, so I'd have to hear it. I'd have to hear both of them. But everybody has touched on the same premise at one point or another. So unless you're saying something verbatim, I don't know. I'd have to hear it to actually judge it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are no new premises on planet Earth.
None.
No, not on this.
Meaning the subjects, when you guys say premise, you mean
Premise,
the
subject
what the joke
matter,
is about. Okay.
context.
Okay.
Subject matter and context is open to interpretation.
Okay.
Here's the other thing. Once a joke is so old, look, man, anybody can come along with any idea similar, and you can be mad about it. But if a joke is old, and it's like hard, man. It's like hard when you hear somebody say, "I've been doing a joke for years." Well, how is that? Because in comedy, man, it's not like music. And I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking pure fact here. This is not an opinion. So I know everything I say get to social media. Here goes, Steve said this. I'm telling you fact. Mm-hmm. You can have a joke that you wrote and it be yours. Now you can have a joke that you're doing out on a comedy club circuit currently, and that's your set and you do it. But when you go back to that city, you can't do that joke, man. Because jokes don't transfer like songs. People come to the concert to hear their hits. People don't come to the concert to hear their jokes because they're not going to laugh the same way. Okay. So there are guys who've been doing jokes for years, but their career is not progressing. Because if you got the same set you've had for 5 years,
I hear what you're saying.
Your career's not progressing.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Junior, you heard how Precious did the joke, because it's something we can't play on morning radio. So you heard how Precious did the joke, and you saw how Les did the joke. What do you think?
I mean, it could be taken as, I can see why Precious could feel that way. Mm-hmm. Because if you know people that gonna steal a joke, they're not gonna tell the joke the exact same way you told it. So, but the cadence is still the same. The delivery.
Oh, and it sounds the same?
And the punch was the same. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I can see how she could feel like, hey, you stole that. You stole that from me. That's why she's having that feeling like that.
I can understand from both sides of it. Mm-hmm. And Leslie doesn't do comedy clubs anymore. Ain't been in a comedy club in years.
She said that in her comments.
Yeah, she did.
And then a lot of times, man, like you doing an MTV set, anybody, they got writers on these shows.
Okay, here's the question. Do you think that Precious, because she is upset about the joke, should she have contacted Leslie personally, or should she have put it out
privately?
Right, but see, to go public with it,
that's the thing.
It's handled kind of crazy because now you put the girl on the defensive. But I like what Leslie said in that I apologize, but we could have handled it differently. Yeah, that's a true statement. Yeah.
Coming up next,
but Leslie's
the
a bad girl. Leslie's a bad chick, man.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Precious is funny. They both funny.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, the nephew, the birthday boy, with the prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject She acts like a bitter old biddy.
Girl.
Bitter old
It's
biddy.
good. It's good for a minute.
You and your subjects.
A bitter old bitty. Let me be clear. I know. Wait till you hear this.
B-I-T-T-Y. Okay.
All of that. Right now, the birthday boy is in the building with today's prank phone call. What you got for us today? Right now, birthday boy.
Well, on the 54th day of me being born, I'd like to first say thank you so kindly to everyone who came out in Houston, Texas and celebrated my birthday as we raised money for veterans, which is miles of giving. So I want to thank everyone who came out for that. My golf tournament was on Monday. Oh, dear. Sold out, of course. And of course.
Who are you today on your birthday?
I don't know.
One of those people in his head.
One of them people. Anyway, raised some good money this weekend for my foundation, Miles of Giving. So it was a big blow up, and I'm just glad of the success that came this weekend. So big ups to the Miles of Giving Foundation. Thank y'all for the support.
Congratulations, Tommy.
Yeah, people flew in from all over, and pretty good. And it is on the road. The Miles of Giving and the Birthday Bash is on the road next year. This time next year, it will be in the NO, New Orleans.
Oh,
okay?
no, you're not. No, you not.
Okay, so the party is going to be a party in New Orleans. It's going to be a comedy show in New Orleans. It's going to be a golf tournament in New Orleans. The nephew is taking the Birthday Bash / Miles of Giving to New Orleans. You hear me, baby? Huh? You hear me?
You better holler at Tosh Farrell if you know, like I know. He run that city.
Maybe
So
we'll
here's
make
the prank.
next year's.
Yeah, y'all come make next year. You guys will be invited next year. It'll be like,
thank you.
invitations.
me
I'm gonna do it
black
Tyler
That's so
Perry
big of
style.
you.
I'm gonna do it Tyler Perry style, where you get your invitation in a box, and then it'd be so swanky when you open it. Like, ooh, I want to save my box. Anyway, prank of the day is Deborah K. Deborah K. Here we go.
Hello?
May I speak to?
This
Let me tell you something to you. My name is Wayne. You did my auntie's hair yesterday, and now I don't know what you did. I don't know what kind of glue you'd use with weaves or whatever, but my auntie hair done fell out in church today.
well, I don't even use glue, so I don't even know why you coming at me on the side tip anyway about your auntie.
My
Who
auntie
the is your auntie?
My auntie is Deborah, and her hair
I
fell
don't
out.
know no Deborah. I don't do no Deborah hair. You talking about I use glue? I don't use glue. I've been sewing her hair since 1982. You coming at me with some glue? I don't do no glue.
Who you think you tripping with? Look, let me tell you.
You coming at me on some side? I did some Deborah. I don't even know no Deborah.
Look, let me say this to you. All I'm saying is,
you gotta say what you gotta say, cause I'm serious about my hair weave. You coming at me with some glue? It's too hot for some glue. That be done melted on the side of your head.
well, that's what happened, and her hair fell off in service, and all the church members is sitting there laughing at her.
Well, she shouldn't have been. Maybe she trying to get the devil out of her, cause she ain't had no business shouting that damn hard anyway. But I don't with no glue.
You ain't finna sit here and talk about my auntie and her Jesus. Don't you talk about how she shout.
Auntie, I don't even know this lady. I don't even know that. You talking about glue? I don't do glue.
They call her Miss Deborah.
I don't know no Miss Deborah.
She just got her hair done from you yesterday. How you gonna sit here and act like you ain't cut it? Yesterday.
I didn't cut you just said glue. Tell Deborah to call me. Tell her to be a real woman and call me and tell me the mistake I done made. Because I don't remember no Deborah and I ain't used no glue.
I'm finna tell everybody in Atlanta, Georgia not to come to your house.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You wait 1 minute. That's my livelihood you with. Now, I don't need you. Who is this? Who are you?
My name is Wayne.
Well, I don't know no Wayne. Look here, Wayne.
I know you don't know Wayne, but you know.
I'm tell you, I got a brother named Big J and Leroy. Bring your Wayne. Bring your Wayne.
Look, let me tell you something. I don't want no problem, but I will throw these hands if I got to.
What? Big J number throw them hands on. Look here. I ain't got time to tell your auntie whoever made the mistake, it wasn't me. Now, look, you done got me out here on Good Sunday. I just came from church. It's hot as hell. And you telling me about some glue? You ain't got to do today, do you? You ain't got nothing to do.
I got to find out why my auntie hair falling out in church.
Well, it ain't me, so call somebody else in Atlanta. Because, hey, I am the been the since 82.
But well, you must not be it right now if you got people hair falling out in church and glue falling all off on the pews.
Don't say, hey, yo, Auntie probably glued her own and that's probably why it fell out. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I'm the hottest stylist in Atlanta. So I don't know who no Deborah. She ain't nobody hey, I ain't do her hair. I don't up hair. You can call any and everybody in Atlanta. They'll tell you the same thing.
Look, all I'm saying is you done messed up my auntie hair. I want to get it rectified. I need you, first of all, to call and apologize to her.
Apologize? Have you got a low show? You been drinking on some Jesus juice with your auntie. That's why her hair fell out. You and Michael Jackson and your auntie Deborah Cece or whatever her name is.
Look, let me tell you. First of all, you gonna respect my auntie.
Okay, whatever you say her name is, I with her.
I want you to redo my auntie hair for free and give her money back from the first time she paid you.
I don't know who this. Hold on. I don't know who this. I don't know who you are.
I'm Wayne.
Why you coming? Wayne, look here, Wayne. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hang up in your face.
No,
Wayne.
hold up. I'm Deborah nephew Wayne. Now, my auntie 52 years old. Now, if you ain't gonna respect your elders, how you expect to be blessed? You say you just went to church this morning.
See, that's the problem. You calling me on Sunday with some got me cussing like this. See, now I gotta go back inside and have a conference with my pastor behind some.
I got one more thing I need to say to you before I get off the phone.
What say what you gotta say? Cause you wasting my minutes.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked from your girlfriend.
Oh, I'm about to have my brothers come whoop your That got me. That got me. Nephew Tommy.
What's up, man? Your girl told me, she say, trust me, going off the first 12 seconds.
She know. She know what it is, Nephew Tommy. Tommy.
Hey, baby, let me ask you. You don't do no glue?
No, I don't no glue. I don't. Hey, I can tell you, I don't with no glue. It's too hot.
It's too hot for glue.
Too hot for the glue.
All right, baby. Ain't nobody half fell out of church tonight. They say you the bomb down there, so I just wanted to call and make sure I prank my girl. She the one.
Oh, I'm gonna up on sight. On sight.
All right, baby, answer one thing for me. What is the baddest, the baddest radio show in the world?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I don't use no glue.
Come on, Deborah K.
Yeah. Classic.
I don't use no glue.
No, don't nobody do all that. I love Deborah K.
I don't know no damn Deborah K.
Where'd you get that name from, Deborah K?
Oh man, that's I don't know. Deborah K.
I know a
I
Rhonda
like
K in Houston. I do know
Rhonda K.
Wanda K?
Rhonda K.
Oh, Carly, guess who came by the birthday bash?
Who?
50.
50 Cent.
50.
Yeah, he's all over Houston. He's doing big things in Houston. He tell you happy birthday. That's cool. That's what's up.
And let me show love to my boy Carl Payne, who hosted my birthday bash fundraiser. Came down and hosted that thing. Did a great job. And special guest Cupid came through and did the line dance of all. You got to do the shuffle now. You got to do the shuffle.
And you had a lot of cast members from Ready to Love, didn't you?
Yes, Ready to Love cast members came. Thank you.
All right, thank you, nephew. Birthday boy. Coming up next, it is the Strawberry Letter. Subject, she acts like a bitter old biddy. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. It could be yours. You never know.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Subject, she acts like a bigger... Subject, she acts like a bitter old biddy.
I don't know what you got.
Be careful there.
Girl, don't you
Those
slip
bees
up there.
can get you in trouble.
Yeah, great day in radio, Shirley. You said that.
No, it won't.
No, it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have, Junior.
You know when people gonna be talking?
We'll be trending. All right, here we go. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 50-year-old married man, and my wife and I have been married for 11 years. When we got married, I was working on my doctorate degree, and I worked full-time and struggled to take care of her and our newborn child. She decided to start school herself after having our second child. She got her master's degree in 2019, and I expected her to apply for a job, but instead, she decided to get her doctorate degree. This led to more financial stress in our family. The little I made barely covered rent, and the financial strain was great. I had to take side hustles just to make ends meet, and I think this led to a change in attitude for both of us, and we began snapping at each other over the tiniest things. I began to think of what to do to improve our situation, and finally, by the grace of God, I got a great job. I figured it would improve our marriage, but things got worse. She is still snappy, complains all the time, nags me about everything, and she's always tired from school. She hardly takes care of herself, and when I complain, all she says is, "Who am I trying to impress?" Sex between us has dwindled to once or twice a month, and even then, it's a chore. She only allows me to do a quickie, and she starts complaining if I take too long to finish. We hardly talk as husband and wife, and I started sleeping in another room. Anytime she's not home and I'm with our kids, we're all in a good mood. Soon as she walks in, the atmosphere is tense. She acts like an old, bitter, elderly woman, but she is only 41. Is this how ladies act after a while in marriage, or is this a special case? How can I get her back to how she was? Well, I mean, first of all, you guys can talk more as husband and wife, and you got to consider this huge load that she's taken on. She's studying for her doctorate degree. She just had a baby. There's a lot of things going on here. And I'm going to tell you, I honestly think she needs to see a doctor immediately. I mean, she might be suffering from postpartum depression. It's been a while, but if it's untreated, there's still some residual effects here from having this baby. It happens a lot in women, many women after having a baby. And again, she's got a lot on her plate with school, the financial stress. That doesn't just affect you, it affects her and the whole family. Even though you say you have a great job now, it doesn't seem that easy for her to snap back. I'm asking you to be a little more patient with her, and if you guys can afford it, maybe you can get someone to help her with the kids and around the house for a couple of days a week. Maybe send her to the spa to see if she can invite her girlfriends over, or ask them to take her out for a girls' night out. Sounds like she needs to get out of the house, do something different than what she's been doing, and it seems like, working on her degree is really, really hard on her. Please be more supportive as a husband, but by all means, make sure she sees a doctor. Steve?
Supportive?
Yeah.
I don't know how else he can be any more supportive. I really don't. Great answer, though, Cheryl. I liked your answer. To protect this woman. But in this case right here, I don't see how she needs protecting. I think this woman has to step up and get herself together and make some changes. Now, if it's medical, then, like Shirley said, it could be this postmortem. But the baby was 11 years ago now.
No, she had another one.
Yeah,
she had a
but
second child.
No,
there's some space between there, you're right, but...
She's a 50-year-old married man. My wife and I have been married 11 years. We got married. I was working on my doctorate degree. I worked full-time, struggling to take care of her and our newborn child.
Okay.
She decided to start school herself after having our second child.
Mm-hmm.
She got a master's degree in 2019. That's 2 years ago. I expected her to apply for a job, but instead she decided to get a doctorate degree.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is too much. The children and the doctorate degree. This led to more financial stress in the family. The little I made barely covered rent. The financial strain was great, which is always a big cause in marriages struggling. I took sideline hustles to make ends meet, and I think this led to a change in attitude for both of us. We both began snapping over the tiniest things. I began to think of what to do to improve our situation. And finally, grace of God, I got a great job. I figured it would improve our marriage. But things got worse. She still snappy, complains all the time, nags me about everything, and she's tired from school. She wanted to go to school. She's snappy. She 41. The dude doing all he can do. Now, let me tell you something, sir. You can't make another person happy. Bishop Jakes told me this one time. He said, Steve, you can't make another person happy, nor is it your job. And if you take on that job to make another person happy, you have taken on a daunting responsibility because you can't do it. She's not a happy person right now.
Yeah, hang on, Steve. All right, we'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, she acts like a bitter old biddy. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject. Watch caller cringe when I say this. She acts like a bitter old biddy.
50-year-old man, married, got a wife, 11 years. You was working on your doctorate degree and you worked full time. And y'all was struggling, taking care of her and the newborn. She decided to start school herself after having our second child. She got a master's degree in 2019. I expected her to apply for a job, but instead, she decided to get a doctorate degree. So y'all like degrees. Mm-hmm. If y'all like making money as much as y'all like having degrees, y'all might be on to something, but we'll just leave that alone. That ain't my business. You know, some people like degrees, so go ahead and get you another one. Somebody once told me, though, a very, very rich man was talking to a group of college students at a big event, like was some type of conference going on. And this guy was standing up and he was talking about his degrees and how much he made a year. And he was going to go back to get another degree because he wanted to make a little bit more a year. And if thought necessary, he'd get a third. He said, son, let me ask you something. If you have a degree that ain't working for you, why would you go get another one of them? And I just thought about that. So I'm just saying that because this might be that problem with this letter. So now, you all barely got through it. So finally, by the grace of God, you got a good job and you thought it would smooth everything out. Well, it didn't. She's still snappy, complains all the time, nags me about everything, and she's tired from school. She said she wanted to go to school. Sometimes, man, you make decisions, and I hate to get spiritual on you, but I got to tell you this, because I've done this myself several hundred times. You make a decision without asking God anything about it. You could go through your plan, and now you're miserable, because that might not have been the best way to do it. Just because you make a decision and you want to do it, don't make it the right decision for you. So now you're miserable, and now you're making the man miserable. Nags you about everything. She's already tired from school. Now here the part. She hardly takes care of herself. Here we go. Now we're in the dangerous part of the letter. She don't take care of herself, and then when I complain about that, all she says is, who am I trying to impress? Hell, how about me? But see, this woman is tripping a little bit because it's just about her now. I went back to school to get me a doctorate degree. I'm tired. I ain't finna do nothing else. Who am I trying to impress? Me, your husband. See, she done forgot the same thing it took to get your baby hook. It's gonna take the same thing to keep it. Sex between us has dwindled down to once or twice a month. See, we're in trouble now. Now you ain't taking care of yourself, and now we having sex once or twice a month. Keep 50. We got a problem. Ain't anybody finna do this twice a month. Okay? I'm just saying.
Why you saying like that, huh?
I'm just trying to.
Because it hurt when you say
everything.
it.
Yeah.
It hurt when you think
everybody
about
know that this is time to change your tone because things is finna change. Ain't nobody finna sit up here and do this with you once or twice a month. Now he done got the good job. Somebody down there walking past him looking just like he like it. She taking care of herself and everything. Now I'm all for the institution of marriage. I try to make it work. But now, even when you make love, it's a chore. She only allows me to do a quickie, and she starts complaining if I take long to finish. We hardly talk as husband and wife, and I started sleeping in another room. Anytime she got home and I'm with our kids, we all in a good mood. Soon as she walk in, the atmosphere is tense. That reminds me of a person we used to know. It's called Black Cloud. See, you got some people who walk in the room with just a black cloud. It's just people walk in the room, just black cloud. Just they hear their ass come, damn thunderstorm. Walking in the room, weather change. She acts like an old, bitty, elderly woman, but she's only 41. Is this how ladies act after a while in marriage? No, by any means, nowhere near all of them. But you got the one that do, though. Is this a special case? Yeah, it's kind of special. Now, changes happen in all marriages, and you got to make adjustments, but she ain't making them. So now, how can I get her back to how she was? I don't know. Now, Shirley said get her some medical help, but I think it's a mental thing. If you tired all the time, that ain't medical. You done bit off more than you chew. You try to get a degree in something, now you want a doctorate. Y'all gonna just keep going to school? I mean, you can do that. Education is great. I think smart is a gift. But sometimes you're doing more than you can handle, and she done bit off a lot. We having sex once, twice a month. You nagging and complaining about everything. You done let yourself go and you ain't taking care of yourself. Me and the kids at home having a good time, you walk in and it change. Cause you evil. I'm not staying with that. I'm not doing that. I'm not staying. No, if you evil, I'm not staying with you. There's a scripture that says, it is better to live on the corner of a rooftop than inside with a quarrelsome woman. That's in Proverbs. I'm not finna do that. And you can't ask a man to do that, ladies.
All right, post your comments.
I feel like I'm dead. Once I feel like I'm dead, I get out the relationship.
Post your comments on today's Strawberry
That's
Letter.
what
Steve
that
Harvey.
part means. Till death do us part. And I feel dead, time for us to part.
At Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, Sports Talk with Junior right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we go. Junior is here with Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
All right, Shirley. Well, before I do that, let me just remind everybody, June 5th, the Curious Hope 3rd Annual Sickle Cell 5K Run and Fun Walk is going down in Dallas on June 5th. Go to curioushope.org. That's KIRS. Hope.org to register. Now, with that being said, Shirley, I don't know why they changed this up. The play-ins for the NBA playoffs, starts tonight.
Yeah, what does that mean, Junior? The play-ins.
No idea.
The play-ins for the playoffs. So that means if you're in 1 through 6, you're automatically in the playoff. But to get the 7th and 8th seed, you have to have the play-in. So that means if you are anywhere from 7 to 10, they have to play. So 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10 for the last 2 seats. And this is how this works. If you 7th and 8th, okay, and you win, you automatically get the 7th seed. Okay, if you lose, you have to play the winner after 9th and 10th. And if you lose that game, then you out.
Gone fishing.
Yeah. Now, after that, the winner from the first game and the winner from the last game, the loser from the first game and the winner from the last game play each other for the final 8th seed. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but let me just tell you.
No, it sounds confusing.
It's so crazy, Tommy.
Yeah.
But why would y'all change it? If you just if you ain't in the top 8, you just don't go. That's it. Yeah.
Somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose.
Everybody ain't gonna make the playoffs. So this is what we got in the Eastern Conference tonight. This who's playing. The Hornets and the Pacers. They are 9th and 10th. They playing. Okay. Now whoever loses that game is out. Then you got the Wizards versus the Celtics. Okay. Now whoever wins that game is in, and whoever loses that game has one more game to play to get in for the 8th seed.
They get 2 chances almost.
Yeah. Then tomorrow night, Wednesday night, you have the Spurs versus the Grizzlies. That's 9th and 10th. So whoever loses that game is out. Now you have the one everybody waiting on. The Warriors versus the Lakers. Wow. Steph Curry and LeBron James. Now, the world champs, which was used to be number 1 in the West, had fell so far down when LeBron and AD was out. They are now in the play-in for the playoffs.
The play-ins
I'm so sick of all these P's, though. That's what I am. The play-ins for the playoffs, man. Look, come on now.
They're trying to make some of the money that they lost back.
Yeah, they have. So you know,
the pandemic.
I'm sorry, you say what now?
I said, are they trying to make some of the money that they lost during the pandemic?
It seems like it, don't it?
Yeah.
Because it don't require all these extra games. If you was 10th in the West,
I don't want to watch a play-in game
for the playoffs.
I don't.
Yeah. If you was 10th in the East or the West, you wasn't going to make the playoffs no way.
Right.
Hello.
All right, well, there you have
Let's see
it.
what happens.
Thank you, Junior. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, animals, including tigers, have been in the news lately. And the question is, here's a question. Listen, guys, if you had to fight a wild animal, which animal would you choose and why? A new online survey by YouGov of 1,224 U.S. adults aged 18 and over asked participants to answer the question, which animal do you think you would win in a fight? Humans included. The mighty elephant and fierce rhinoceros won out against more than 30 other predators and prey 74% of the time. So I got to ask you guys, which wild animal would you fight? Junior?
One I can win. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to whoop a wild rabbit's ass. I got him. I promise you I'm going to win that one. I'm not going to lose to this rabbit. I'm not going to fight that a rhinoceros. No.
That's a weird question, but okay.
Yeah.
You big
My
dog?
answer?
Yeah.
Oh, I kick a squirrel ass.
Right there. Come on,
I'll stop
Tommy
a
done been
squirrel
through
ass
that.
half dead. I'm telling you, like, there ain't a squirrel. Any squirrel in the country can whip my ass.
Remember that?
Oh, that
Tommy
running
the
out in
car?
traffic, faking back and forth.
What was that you thought you saw in your car that time, Steve, when you looked in the rear view?
Oh, that was
Boy.
a possum.
Oh,
No, that was Tommy.
Yeah.
that
No,
was
but
Tommy.
you saw something too when you
No.
looked in the rear view.
A squirrel.
Uh-huh.
I had left my windows open in the garage, and a squirrel climbed up in the back seat and was in the window. And when I get in the car, I started the car up, and I looked in the rearview mirror. I thought a bear was in my... Because you know that little sign say objects are closer than they appear. Hey, dog, let me tell you something. I thought it was a bear in that damn car. If you'd have seen me climb out that damn car without opening the door, and it was a squirrel.
That's so crazy.
That squirrel just jumped out the car and just hopped on down this driveway because I let the garage door or something. But that damn Tommy with that possum story.
Yeah.
Greatest.
Tell us that,
Come on,
Tommy.
birthday
boy.
All right. So we in L.A., and me and Uncle Steve, you too, Shirley, we got to be on the air at 3 o'clock in the morning because we're syndicated to Dallas, which is 5 o'clock in the morning in Dallas. So you got to be there. So I'm leaving 30 minutes ahead of time. I'm leaving so I can get there on time so he ain't mad at me. But when I get on top of the parking structure, my car is backed up against the fence. And it's got one of them little, it's a 240, Nissan 240 Z8, and it's got that little pop-up sunroof. You know, it don't go back and forth. It just pop up.
Uh-huh.
Behind the car is a possum on the fence.
Oh, God, I would
So
have died.
I done stomped. I shoot. I did all that. Now it's about 2:50. I'm finna be late for work for sure. So I said, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in on the passenger side since I'm backed in, and then I just climb over. So I get in on the passenger side, and I close the door. Now, if you know anything about a Nissan 240, when you close the door, there's a seatbelt track that comes right down the side of your face.
Automatic.
Automatically. And I thought his ass was in that car. I was throwing them hands like it was the end of the world. My knuckles was swole. I was bleeding on. My face was scratched up. The greatest ass whooping I ever took.
You thought that seatbelt was the possum?
I thought that was that possum, dog. I thought that was that. I thought that possum had come through the top of that roof, down on me. The greatest ass whooping I have ever taken, I gave it to myself. Right there.
My man.
Man, I got to work. Steve looked at me, man. What happened? What happened? Who jumped on you?
Yeah,
man, you ain't gonna believe this right here.
Dog, I thought we had to go do something.
All right, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
How are you guys feeling about this whole mask confusion mandate situation going on? What
Break it down to me. Lay it all the way up.
What is it?
Well, you know, the CDC came out with the rule that if you've been fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. Okay.
Indoors. That's the big thing.
Indoors. But then some stores say they want you to still wear your mask inside. You know, so it's kind of confusing. And the other thing is, how do you know who's been vaccinated or not? You know, we're on the honor system where we have to believe people.
I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust people.
Exactly.
And it's too many people that's just dumb about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I still wear my mask.
Yeah.
Now I'm vaccinated, and I told you I ate chitlins for 38 years, so I'm like completely protected.
And you believe eating
I'm firm
that's the case.
Them 38 years of chitlins has prevented anything from taking hold in my system at all. It'll run it up out of there.
The last time you had a flu, huh?
The flu. Flu go down there and run up into that residue chitlin juice. Boy, get out of here.
You are crazy, Steve.
Get your ass out of here. I get vaccine and chitlins. How the hell I'm going to get COVID?
All right, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour. Don't say chitlins anymore. Right after this.
I don't care what nobody says. That covered me.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for Ask the CLO. CLO Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey. This one is from Ken in Dothan, Alabama. Ken says, my sister and I were awarded a good amount of money from a car accident. I'm fully recovered, but she still has to have one more surgery on her leg. Because of that, and since it was her car that was totaled, she wants to split the money 60-40. The insurance company gave her the money for a car and paid a settlement for pain and suffering. She claims she's had more pain and has suffered more. She says she will take me to court if I don't agree to it. I still can't believe she's tripping. What should I do?
I mean, money make people trip. So, you know, I mean, I don't understand how y'all settlement is together. That I've never heard of.
Well, maybe they were both in the car.
Well, I've been in car accidents before. Everybody's settlement is separate. I don't know how they just paying one lump sum. Now, and she wanted to be 60-40. Mm-hmm. Dog, you through. You out.
Sure. Yeah.
Just give her 60-40. Dog, you already know. Come on, man.
She has to go through one more surgery? Come on.
Dog, just let her have it. But y'all gonna break up over this 20%.
Yeah.
I mean, now she wrong for that. Because that ain't how it goes. You're supposed to split the money. Mm-hmm. But I don't, I've never heard of that before. I'm going to be honest with you. In all my years, I've never heard of a group settlement, and here's the settlement, y'all work it out. Because it's usually you get this and you get that. Based on your injuries and all like that, she doing, just give her 60-40. What you tripping for, man?
He says he's fully recovered. She still has to have one more surgery on her leg.
No, just let her have it. It ain't worth that, man.
It's not. He didn't say it was a sizable settlement. He just said the insurance company gave her money for a car, paid a settlement for pain and suffering, and she still wants to split the money 60-40 because she has more pain and has suffered more, which is true.
Yeah, she has.
Well, the car was hers, obviously.
Yeah, it was hers.
So they paid for the car. Now, the pain and suffering, I don't know how they lumped it together. I've never heard of that again. Mm-hmm. But, okay, let's just say, for practical purposes, it's $100,000. Let's say it's $100,000. Okay. You give her 60, you get 40,000. No, go bunch of
Where's
things.
everybody mad at?
Yeah, why would you want to tie this up in court, get attorneys, have to pay them? That's crazy. Just take the 40. She's still got to have another surgery. Come on, brother.
The dude wasn't that hurt no damn.
Right. Right.
That's why he ain't going.
He writing in. He through with his surgery.
Yeah.
The car slammed into her side of the car.
Yeah, and she's... Coming up, it is our last break of the day, and at 49 minutes after the hour, we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only, our fearless leader, Steve Harvey, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are, last break of the day on this Tommy's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday again, nephew. Got a nice poem from Junior and everything. Yeah.
5'4", baby. Good God.
54 years old.
54.
10 years younger than your uncle. 10
Hey,
years
dog, but
apart.
you don't look it, though. That's the key. And you sure don't
Thank
run like it. You're in shape.
Yeah.
You ain't tripping, dog. Yeah, one thing about our family, man, we hold up.
Hold on.
That's good.
Yeah. I think what we do, too, helps keep us young as well because we laugh so much. And
Laughter is the key.
yeah.
Laughter is medicine. When you laugh, it releases endorphins in your body, and it just makes you feel better. I laugh all the time.
Me too.
Man, I was taping Family Feud yesterday. I was laughing so hard, man. I had a contestant on the phone, big dude, man, from South Dakota, Big Dale. I asked him what he did for a living. He told me, he said, Steve, but I'm really famous for this. He said, I'm a professional baby maker. Now this dude about 6'5", weigh about 360. He said, I'm a professional baby maker. He said, let me tell you why they call me a professional baby maker. I done had 3 vasectomies.
What?
3 vasectomies.
Okay.
Ain't now one of them work.
Wow.
All these kids you see, each one of them is after a vasectomy. My little fellas got push through power.
That's what he said, all that.
Boy, I was hollering laughing. Wow. I was hollering laughing. Then I had this family from Detroit, man. Man, oh man, I had a good time with this family from Detroit, man. They won 20,000. But I was just laughing all day, man. I was just laughing all day.
Yeah.
But you know, since it's Tommy's birthday, I think I don't know if Dave knows that we have music.
What?
We have. Are you familiar with it, Dave?
The Christmas song?
Can't find
okay.
it. Well,
You can just
I tell you what. No. I like a little music. Give me some background music, Dave, for a little something mellow, where I can tell a little Tommy story. I ain't told one in a while.
What? A little Tommy
Yeah.
story?
Oh, what a treat.
Yes. Happy
Just go on
birthday
and start
to
playing
us.
something, Dave.
It's been years since this has happened.
Instrumental.
Ooh, happy birthday to
Anything
me. I
with a
love little
violin
Tommy
in it.
stories.
Oh, God.
I'll just let you tell.
Yes.
Well, here we go. It's time for a little Tommy story. Hi, boys and girls.
Hi, Uncle Steve. It's been so long.
Yes, it has. You know, it's been so long since I've been here, I thought y'all had forgot all about these little Tommy stories.
No way, Uncle Steve.
But seeing as how this is his 54th birthday, and that's ironic, because that's his height, too. 5'4". This is amazing. I know, boys and girls, but I sure do know how to connect the dots. So today is May the 18th. And so we got to connect all these dots.
Let's get to
Now, he turns 54, born on 5/18. Let's look at these numbers. No matter what has happened, whether it's the 18th day or the 4th year, he'll never get out of the 5-foot range. It is 5'18" and 5'4". Just nothing he can do to escape the depth of being 5 feet tall. Well, let's go back. Why not add these numbers up and tell a story that fits it all? 5 and 4 is 9. Yeah. Here's a story of when little Tommy was 9 years old.
Okay.
It was his 9th birthday, and we had decided that it was time to move him up, because his hands were so small. We were never able to buy him a real cake, because he would have fell in it and we never would have been able to find him. Oh, don't worry, kids, but we made do.
Okay.
Yeah. His first birthday cake was a donut hole.
I like donut holes.
I know he did too. His second birthday. Then we moved up and we finally able to buy him something bigger than that. And we finally let him get a cupcake. And then finally we moved up and we started sticking candles in honey buns. And then finally on 5/18, his birthday, his 18th birthday, we got him his first cake.
A real cake?
A real one?
A strawberry shortcake. He was overjoyed. Oh, if you'd have seen the telephone books that we was putting in chairs so he could get up there to see that cake. And that was the happiest day of his life. And ever since then, he's been getting regular sized cakes ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my little Tommy story. Happy birthday, nephew.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
And remember, big thing come in 5s. Bye, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.